and right now I'm not really seeing it just yet. But then when the
Mm.
on the playback, we got about 15 seconds of when we're talking. Um, but then right now on my Mac, hey, now we're live. What's up, guys? How's it all? How you guys doing? I got my buddy Adam on here. Um, Let me turn down the volume of this thing here. I could see who we got up on the chat here. Uh, Sunny Stormy, Kim Aridis, Daniel Davis, Catatainment this is Catatainment right here. I did something dumb and I spelled his name wrong on the thumbnail expression, but I was able to fix it. That's what's cool. Can't wait to go straight and fix it. And we got Maidens because I know I went up on Maidens live today during my breaks. And then what's up, Rap? How's it going? Look who I got with me. I got this guy right here. That guy's name is Adam, and I spelled his
Hello,
name wrong.
hello.
But and we're gonna do some questions and answer series. Um, Maybe we'll wait until because usually we got about 7 people on right now. We'll start the actual sessions of stuff when we get closer to the 20 people range, which is about the time. Take some time
Okay.
to go through, but small talk. So let me see. What did you do today?
Watch Maiden's live stream.
Yeah, I talked to you on there for a little bit, right? Which is cool. And what's crazy is I've been noticing more people go on there on doing their silent lives, and it's cool. I like it, and we were Adam and I were just talking. It's not only are we supporting our friends right within the community, especially if I see anybody with the Modern Day Breakfast Club on there. I mean, I'm gonna go on there and make sure we talk and stuff, but we get to talk to each other on there, which is a cool thing too. Um, Talking to the group within there. I know Adam, you were talking about that, right? Like it's a good way to just like socialize with the groups within like whoever's doing their live.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Keep on building the connections and just a place where people can come and to talk. You know,
Yeah,
just for a moment, I know Bert has his lives Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and I was telling him a few moments ago that maybe if people want, I could pop on, I don't know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that for a few hours at nighttime, especially. I can just have a picture of the cats and I know everybody loves, and people can just chat away. Just as
yeah,
a
that's
thought.
it. I mean, anything is possible when it comes to YouTube. You never know until we try things, right? And what I've noticed, like today when I went and I opened up and I saw Maiden's live, I was like, okay, cool. And I'm looking at the sky. I said, wait, that sky looks so different than the sky over, in Texas. It just seemed like there was just deeper hues that, you know, in it. It was like, okay. And I was like looking at it, just daydreaming, like maybe it's the camera. But like maybe it's just where he's from, right? And he's like, I'm like for this here, and I'm like, okay, that does make sense. So I mean, even if you point it out the window, and I know you got 4 or 5 angles. I like your porch setting actually. Um, that one's cool. I want to put a porch. And you kind of bring it to the the hammock towards the end. It's almost like you have a set direction of what you're doing. Hello, Betty, retirement. So we got Betty here. And guys, this is Catatainment. You know what? I'm gonna go put the space kitty. Okay, the space kitty thing. Yeah, I got everything. So I got a space kitty right here.
Giant
That's
space
Catatainment
hat.
right
Yep.
there. Space cat. Yeah. And yeah, Adam has what 1,000 or so friends, right?
Uh, yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. It's over 1,000. Is all I know.
So yeah, and then let's see as we see what we got. We're about 8 on. What's up, Budget Rips? What's up, Logan from the Hilt? Hey, what's up, Rocky? Rocky would like to say what's up to everybody. That's what I show you guys, Rocky. Rocky,
Rock.
you are on YouTube. Hey, you're on YouTube. Stop.
Oh, you got one of those physio balls back there too.
Oh yeah, for my back. My mom's a PTA, not a physical therapist, but she does She does physical therapy assistant, so she does a
Hmm.
lot of stuff. Her work is, I guess they do it in the water. Physical therapy in the
Aquatic.
water,
Okay.
aquatic physical therapy, and it's really killing her skin. She's like, "Oh man, my skin." I said, "Yeah, being in the water all day is probably not good." Hello, Zach. How's it going? Yeah, and then she's probably a year or two out of retirement, towards retirement, being retired. I know I got to help her with her social security and all that kind of stuff. So, which is cool because when I do retire, I'm probably going to be looking for that. Hopefully, they don't take all the money. I'm talking about the baby boomers pulling all the social security. I'm like, what? I never really thought about it, but there's a lot of them, right? And I'm like, what? It's crazy.
There,
Do you have social security from when you used to teach?
it would be a pension.
Okay.
So, because in North Carolina, you can have a pension, and you can also have Social Security. In other states, some states, it's either one or the other. I don't know how it is in Texas. I don't know if it's like you can have a pension and you can have. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry. It's
Very smart.
unfortunate.
I think Texas is called a right to work state, so we can't have unions. Or there are, the American Federation of Teachers, that's a union, but you can't like strike, right, and do a California style. And yeah, well, I don't get Social Security for the amount of years I've worked within the school system here. So yeah, just looking at my mom's stuff, like, man, that's some good stuff. If I had that on top of my pension or retirement, that'd be awesome. But that's why.
Well, my cats will make my fortune
You know
eventually.
what?
Okay.
We never know, right? We never know about YouTube and stuff like that. We really seriously never know. Who knows? Because right now we're just like scratching the surface of lives, right? Like I'm still trying to figure things out too in lives, and you know, we got Burpee Yoga Uncle telling us he's probably only telling us a little bit of what he knows. Like you don't want to just give everything out right away to confuse or overwhelm someone, right? So we're probably just scratching at the surface. And then like, oh my God, look at this huge room in here. Whoa. So I mean, yeah, we never know what's gonna happen. Lots of other friends live right now. Catch you later. Yeah, there's lots of I guess lives happening within. So yeah, that's kind of what I did too. Is Rook was on last night. Adam's been on multiple times. I try to pop in and out. I try to run with my support channel on things. But thank you, Logan, for coming over. But
Bye,
yeah,
Logan.
it's been that's kind of what I like to see. It's like, oh my God, look at these guys. They're doing it now, right? Um, so
The only hard thing, though, with multiple people doing it is, right, you got to kind of, I don't want to say pick and choose, but you only have so many accounts, or you only have so many devices. So it it makes it challenging to kind of spread the time a little bit from person to person. At least for me, it does.
me too. And I have, I, from the moment I wake up and do stuff, I'm kind of opening up the stuff, checking things, running stuff, switching things over. Um, I drive to school. Everything kind of goes pause when I drive. Get to school, set up a laptop, set it and forget. On breaks, chat. Um, it is hard, but oh man, yeah. So California doesn't have Social Security for teachers. I just saw that. And hey, what's up, Alan Williamson? Um, that's like I guess for me, since it's kind of horrible the retirement, actually opened up like an annuity and stuff like that. Um, just because I don't have enough like with the regular stuff, so I put in extra somewhere else like a 457, um, which is it's a
My
sacrifice now. Later
Well,
will be good.
for myself, it's because I got into teaching a little late. I mean, I was 35, so I had already done like 20 year or yeah, almost 20 years of jobs. So that's why I already had like the Social Security stuff like in the bag. I already had like the credits and everything for it. So that's why part of the reason too. I mean, I'm already good with that because a lot of people, the teachers, they start like 21, 22 right out of school, and they don't have any other job experience, so they don't have any other credit with Social Security.
Okay, I guess that will be. the first question we'll start with. So what jobs have you had?
Uh, okay, a lot.
Okay.
So growing up, I worked at a grocery store as a security guard, basically, or at least some people thought I was a security guard, loss prevention. You're basically just kind of there at the entrance just to not necessarily stop theft, but just to make people think like, hey, there's this person here. And, I'm not like a small guy. I'm like 6'2", like 250 or so. So I'm, big guy, not like buff or anything, but a big guy. After that, I went into actually like a technical school for physical therapy as a technician. And I did that for like 15 years. Part of that time, I was also working in an animal hospital, my first one in North Carolina. Working with dogs, working with cats, all that good fun stuff. Getting bitten, getting scratched, part of the job, unfortunately. Seeing some cool things like puppies being born and kittens being born, but also seeing some sad things like dogs, cats having to be put down. Seeing crazy surgeries. I had this one incident, unfortunately. So hopefully, I'm just going to let everybody know in advance. If you're squeamish, just letting you know. Um, One day I was doing some laundry for the hospital and somebody had accidentally put they like wrapped up a couple of dead puppies in a blanket and they didn't discard with them like they were supposed to. So they were in the blanket. So when I was doing the laundry, it's like, oh, I got these dead puppies just falling out of this blanket. I was like, that's a little disturbing, but that's
Yeah, that
life.
would be a little much for me, you know.
Well, you
I
gotta
know
have a
that.
strong stomach. Um, and then just get into teaching and taught for, teaching and a little bit of teaching assistant for like 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years. And I've been in Wilmington Health, which is like a customer service kind of job for a little bit. What else have I done? I'm actually got hired recently, not hired, but kind of hired with a work from home company that I'm going to start here in a couple of weeks. So I've been wanting to work from home for a while. My wife works from home, so I've finally been able to work from home, hopefully here pretty soon. I think that's it. That's like the main ones.
That's it. I mean, before we were all shut down and stuff like that, I wanted to work from home because I thought it would be cool and stuff like that. But I really, at that point, I didn't really enjoy teaching as I do now. So now I'm like, I don't look anymore for things, other opportunities, right? So how can you tell if you're not happy in your actually current line of employment? You're actually searching for other things, just daydreaming, like, hey, let me check that, let me see this, let me, just looking. I don't look anymore because I like what I do. But there was a point I really did not like what I do. I was like, man, this is not good. I don't like doing this. I don't think I could do this for 20 years, right? Um, Hello, cool gamer. How's it going? So out of all of the jobs, um, which which one do you think prepared you most for YouTube? Like what you do on YouTube?
Um, I don't know if any of them really did, especially just being a cat channel. So I don't. Now, if I get to a point where maybe I'm like, I don't know, doing like interviews perhaps, then I think the physical education, because you're having to have that interaction, that interpersonal skill. Um, I wouldn't say teaching as much because the thing with teaching is it's not really one on one, it's one on 20 or it's two on 25.
Oh
And
my god.
that's hard. God bless anybody who teaches. God
Yeah.
bless you.
Do we have any teachers up in the chat? I don't think. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm not seeing teachers. What's up, Zach? How's it going? I know there's a couple people that are actually on the Modern Day Breakfast Club. I think the sports card whipping teacher is a teacher. Um, you were once one. Um, who else? Oh, the guy that I met today, I met on the way up here,
Sean. Mhm.
Sean the Jedi Master. He's a teacher, but he does like he's like a physical trainer. Took a picture and I made a little thing. I'll put that up. I'll make a little video on it later. But yeah, it's. And what grade did you teach?
It was kindergarten through 5th grade, so I've been in all of them.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger in kindergarten. Was it like that?
Kind of, yeah, kind of. I mean, the cool thing with the kindergartners, they still like they would love you no matter what. It doesn't matter, and but you would have to kind of sometimes they would have an accident in the bathroom, and you'd have to help clean them up. Um, and like the 5th graders, I mean, they wouldn't have that issue, I would hope, but they would have just the attitude and just a little bit more of the defiance, and you kind of had to kind of get them to know them a little bit better, a little bit more personal, to kind of develop a relationship with them. And then once you got that relationship with them, you could ask them to do anything and they'd be with you. But it takes usually maybe like like maybe the first 9 weeks or so to really for them to kind of trust you and to gain your trust and to gain like, okay, I'm going to work for you. From
Oh
what
man,
my experience.
looking at the chat, so Zach, sports cards and collectibles. It's not a teacher, but works at a college, which is cool. I always wanted to work at a college. Tranquil has always worked at her own business, and then Alan Williamson actually has a pretty cool job there. Let's see, he works at he makes lawnmowers for Briggs and Stratton, which I guess helped him fix the big wheel. That he did a short with the big wheel, and he like got it running. That short really blew up. So we got a lot of people here that are in different fields, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, so not many people are teachers. Actually, not many of my teacher friends do YouTube. They watch YouTube, but they don't do YouTube because they're all exhausted. You get home, you're so tired, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. You have a question for me? We're asking 10 questions and stuff like that. You're doing some interviews and things, and we'll talk about some other stuff.
Let's see. So I'm assuming, Bert, that your childhood dream career wasn't to be a teacher. I'm just going to assume that.
Absolutely not. No.
That being the case, then what was your childhood like dream, job, career, and what prevented it from happening? If you had one.
Oh. So we have another teacher up on here. We have a sports card gripping teacher, guys. If you're just popping in, this is Adam of Catatainment. I spelled his channel name wrong on the first initial thumbnail, but I fixed it. So yeah, so we got some teachers. So we're starting off asking each other questions. What did Adam do? He's asking me what my dream job was when I was younger, and both of us either were a teacher or is a teacher. So man, honestly, when I was growing up on Guam, I just kind of wanted to surf and not do nothing. I just wanted to chill. I was such a different person back there. I really didn't have any initiative. I didn't have any drive to do anything. I really like just hanging out and surfing and skateboarding and just going around and
hanging out
at the beach and whatever, going over and singing with friends at the beach. So like honestly, I had no aspirations to do anything. And it doesn't help that like when I was a senior, the counselor calls me and said, "Nah, college is not right for you, or this is not right for you, and you just stay home, do this, just enjoy whatever, get some job here." Most jobs on Guam are like related to tourism, so you're either gonna go work at the hotel and be like a maid or a bus boy or something within the hotel. So I didn't really have any kind of aspirations to do anything. Although I was pretty good. I was a pretty good runner, so I actually got a track scholarship at Marshall. So I was pretty good on Guam standards, and then I was able to travel around to different countries representing Guam. And then, what's up, Trev? How's it going? We're just asking each other some questions. So like, I'm just literally like, he asked me what was my dream job, and I basically told him I didn't want to work. I wanted to be a bum. But I was kind of fast, and I was representing the island, and then I was visiting relatives, because our relatives in West Virginia, visiting, ran a track meet just because I felt like running it. And then the coach for Marshall saw me and he's like, "Hey, what is?" I was a junior. And then, long story short, I graduate. My goal was to just not do anything, just be a bum. But then mom was like, "No, you're going to West Virginia. You're gonna go to college. You already got this thing, this scholarship lined up. All you got to do is pass these, you know, classes and stuff like that, and you should be good." So, my scores were so low, so I go there, take classes. My parents had to pay like $5,000 that first time because I was ineligible. And then I get on the scholarship, and then I get the track scholarship. I'm like, "Yay, I'm here in West Virginia, not in college." And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I went 2 years not knowing what I wanted to do. I was in sports management. And like, show me the money. Like, I don't know. You know what the hell I wanted to do. And then I go throughout that, break my leg, have to go home to Guam, finish kind of like on Guam my last like year. But that last year kind of takes like more than a year, like 2 years, because I like surfing. Um, and then right, the point in college, right? You go freshman and sophomore, and then at that point around that summer between sophomore and junior year, you really seriously start. You have to start taking crap that matters, right? Like within the what is it called? The course, the syllabus, or the load.
The
So a
degree.
lot of people are already I'm gonna be a teacher. That sounds good. So yeah, I'm gonna be a teacher too. And I was just like taking classes to become a teacher, and I'm like whatever. And yeah, my first 10 years, I don't know what the hell I was doing as a teacher. I was there as a teacher. So like really, I didn't really have dreams. I was a really bad kid actually. I was a really bad kid.
Well, I mean, I think everybody was kind of a bad kid when they're growing up. That's just kind of part of life. If you're not bad then I mean, that's your
Yeah,
time to be bad. You can get away with it.
that makes perfect sense. So it's like I don't drink anymore. Although I drink way too much. I think I drank enough like my body can actually take for one life. So I'm like now, I think I'm like 5 years not drinking. I don't drink at all. I just don't want to anymore, which is cool. Um, so I mean, like I really didn't have a plan, but I'm glad my parents sent me. Then I slowly figured out a plan, started teaching, and then only within the past 4 years or 3 years did I realize that hey, I like this job. But it's weird. It's such a weird journey. I did it because I need money, and then eventually, like, cool. And it's like already at the end of my career, right? So life is weird. But I'm pretty persistent. If it's something I'm stuck with and I gotta do, like, because I play sports all my life, so it's like if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it. And I'm stubborn, man, and I'm prideful. Like I'm gonna do this. It's gonna happen. You're a teacher, right? Like you're doing all this and you're watching the kids. Then you got all these grades and you got these meetings. It's like it's almost an impossible job. Like honestly, can we do all of that to the best of our ability? No, we cannot. And it's all that paperwork stuff. So it's like, but I'm persistent. I try my best.
It's administrative part. Yeah, you're spending more time on paper than you are with the kids, and that's like a shame. And you can tell that the kids need to have more time with them than having the filing the correct paperwork.
It's
Uh,
people, and then I like people, not paperwork is my model, right? Like, nah, people first, paperwork next. It's like that. So like I've been fortunate enough to find a place where really like academics, yes, it's important, but the kids that come to my school, that's like fourth on the list of what's important for them. Because one, they already got expelled. Two, they got problems. They may have some issues with you know with society. They have to pay for what they've done. Three, they may have some issues with substance abuse or whatever, right? So like academics is like fourth on the list. And that's what you said. You said like with little kids, it takes a semester, 9 weeks or so. It takes a while for you to get that connection with the kids. And once you get the connection, you can like, hey, yes, it's 40 pages, but you got it. And they'll sit there and they'll do it for you.
yeah.
But what's cool is with older kids, because I mainly have 8th through 12th. Those kids, it doesn't take that long. It takes me at most 2 weeks with older kids because you can like kind of explain stuff to them and they watch you like a hawk. They watch if you what you say. If you what you say you actually do for about a week, then you're good to go. You know, older kids, because that's what they say. Okay, just once said this, and if I do that, this is gonna happen, and it happens. And you do that consistently for one straight week, whether reward or punishment or whatever.
Yeah.
Then they're with you, and they'll say, "I know this guy is asking me to do this, and he's straightforward, and here we go." And that's just me. I like just tell me how it is, and I'll fix it. I won't feel bad. Let me fix it. So yeah, I'm glad I ended up where I am, and I'm glad I stuck it through teaching. I almost ended up being a car salesman, but then I thought, yeah, you know what? Good choice not to do it. My wife talked me out of it because I was hating teaching.
I think you could be. I think you could be good in sales. I think you could sell.
But you know what's crazy?
You may not want to sell, but I think you could sell.
I can, but I am one that doesn't want to lie. Like you gotta lie. The good salespeople
you gotta massage the truth.
You gotta embellish or massage the truth. And I've learned, like I've done so much bad before that everything I do now has to be to the best of what I can do just to pay back what I've done before. And that's just like how I try to live my life. Like okay, if I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it because I spent half my life not caring. Like, yeah, I got you, and not get you. I think I could be a good car salesman because I'm pretty good at talking to people. But the fact that to lie to them, it's like, oh yeah, you get the best deal here, get the gap insurance, it's the best. Gap is gonna save you. Yeah, it's not gonna save nobody nothing but you paying more on top when you can just get that thing taken care of, right? You don't have gap insurance, do you?
Never have.
Yeah. Don't get gap insurance, guys. Okay. And if
but when we buy like cars, whenever we bought any car, we go. I mean, we get up front right in the way. We're looking for this, this, and this. Do not try to upsell with us. If you do, then goodbye. We're just gonna either go to another car dealership or we're just gonna talk to another agent. Because you kind of got to be not mean with them, but you just got to be upfront right off the bat. So then they're not going to play games with you.
Yeah, and that's a thing. Hey, thanks Zach for connecting with your fam channel. Hey, by the way, this is Adam of Catatainment. This is his second or third live on with me. We're just asking each other questions and stuff like that, having a good time. He used to be a teacher. I'm still a teacher. I thought I saw Zach's. Okay, someone said I've heard it that long time. I used to teach that back in college. D-base. D-base. What is D-base? Did we say? I'm trying to think. Did I say D-base? We might have. Guy, the thing is, guys, as a teacher, like when I look at things, I really have to remember that we say that. Like we kind of go through. Real quick. Hey, what's up? Hey, guys. Miss J, Janet, her birthday, I believe, was yesterday. In my community post, I went and said, I tagged her video, and I basically, guys, if I really want to tell people something, what I do is I tag every single person I'm subscribed to, and I say, hey, this person is happy birthday, but happy birthday, Janet. How's it going? Welcome. And yeah, if you guys, okay, so two things. This is Adam. If you're not connected with Adam, please connect with Adam. Super cool dude. And then if you haven't seen my community, go to my community page, and I did a little shout out for Miss J, Janet. Her birthday was, I think it's yesterday. It was, the thing, YouTube days are different than regular days. You know what I'm saying? YouTube days are weird. For me, at least, when I see stuff, it's like, was that yesterday that I watched it? Was that the day before? Because they kind of blend, and especially if people drop like 2 or 3 videos per day, you're like, okay, what's this day and that, and you kind of have to like do the math and stuff like that. But yeah, Miss J's birthday was yesterday, and then this is Catatainment. This is Adam, and then yeah, who asked the last question? Was that me?
I did. So
okay,
your turn.
My turn. Let's see. Let me just put Miss J's. So yeah, that's Miss J.
Hello, Miss J. Happy belated birthday.
So, where have you been in the world so far? Like, I know you're from North Carolina. Have you lived in North Carolina all your life?
No, I was born in Arizona.
Arizona. It's two different. One is hot. and
And one
deserty,
is bipolar.
and one is like either or. Because North Carolina and West Virginia has similar things. Like rolling hills of green, and it could either be either one or the other. It could be super hot, or it could be really nice or super cold. So I mean, where have you been in the world besides Arizona and
Sure.
North Carolina?
So, I've been to Mexico, just like the border town. What was it, Nogales? Way back when I was a kid. Since I've been married with my wife, we have visited like 35 states. So I'll put it this way to make it easier. The only states we haven't been to are Hawaii, which we'll get on a cruise eventually to knock that state out. The Northeast area, like Maine, Vermont, Connecticut, New Hampshire, those areas. Kind of like your Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Dakotas, those areas. We haven't been to everywhere else. And on our honeymoon, we went to Ireland.
Are are you Irish?
My wife is half Irish and half Polish. I'm
And I
kind of a
know
mutt.
I know
I'm
I
a little bit
remember
of everything.
whose live were we on where we're just like I'm this and I'm was it my live or something? Because I'm like, oh yeah, me, I'm on everything too. Um,
It
my
might have
mom's
been.
side, like, different bunch of different things. Um, so like I guess I'm kind of Hawaii is nice. I know Burpee Yoga Uncle is in Hawaii and stuff like that. It's super awesome, super expensive though. Um, Hawaii is kind of like Guam, but the big brother of Guam. Um, very nice to see, but it's expensive, because you're gonna have to fly out all the way out there, and flights aren't cheap, and then quite expensive. Um, but
Well, what we
then
would do, we would fly from North Carolina to probably like LA, one of the
Mhm.
ports, because it'd be a cruise, and then we just like cruise from LA to the islands, and then just fly back from LA again.
Yeah, let's see, made in Uncle was about.
Not quite so expensive,
Yeah,
but not
I
cheap.
know. I know I can't make it back to Guam. It's super expensive. Uh, Middleware integration specialist for a major insurance company. Oh wow. That sounds very technical there. What Murphy Uncle did.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Oh, hey, have you ever thought of like I know you said you're gonna do some extension question to where you've been and stuff. Have you thought of like starting your own business or anything like that? Or
No.
because Maiden was talking about, okay, so joined a startup, got screwed over by a partner and was able to retire. They got a decent chunk of cash. So that's some people get lucky on you get a I guess it's severance on when you leave. Um, hmm, Ireland. What would be your like besides Hawaii? What's your like dream vacation
Oh,
like?
sure. Yeah, there's two bucket list countries: Japan and Australia. I think
Okay.
Japan would be cool just with you because you can go, you can see Mount Fuji, you can go to see all the temples and all the history, and then you can also go to Tokyo and see like all the crazy stuff that they have on the streets, all the vending machines. They have vending machines for everything in Tokyo. I mean, you can get anything that you need in Tokyo. So, and then Australia, I mean, it's just a huge continent,
Mhm.
country, and you got Sydney, Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne. It just looks like a really neat country to visit.
Yeah.
And I
I've
know
been
Ray is from Australia. Yeah, we were chatting about that last night.
Yeah, Japan is fantastic. I've been lucky enough to go for basketball tournaments on Guam. We'd go when I was in high school. We'd always go to Japan, Okinawa, and different parts of Japan. Been to Korea. For running, I've been to Australia a couple times. Yes, you do need to go those places. You need to go to Japan and see Japan. Um, it's one of my favorite places to go. I'm actually gonna bring my daughter there when she graduates. It's gonna be expensive, but she's pretty smart. She does what she needs. So
Well, money comes, money goes. You can't keep money when you die, so you just spend it while you're alive.
yeah. Yeah, you definitely need to go. Since you're over there in Japan, you might as well go see um, Australia. It's on that side anyway. Another cool place is Tahiti. Another cool place is uh, Fiji's nice. Um, where else?
It's kind of like that whole French Polynesia
Yeah,
kind of
French
area.
Polynesia, Tonga. I've been to Tonga. Tonga is those Tongan people. They're big. They're like the Rock, right? Because Rock has that same stature, right, of Samoan. Um,
Yeah.
those are fun places. I was lucky enough to go to those places when I was younger. Hello, Annabelle. Hey guys, who are just popping in. Sorry about that. I got Catatainment over here. It is Miss J's birthday. She's up in the chat. Make sure you guys wish Miss J happy birthday. Her birthday was yesterday, but um, still close. And then yeah, I've been looking at Maiden's thing. He was talking about getting $500,000 screwed over. That's quite a bit of money right there.
Big
Um,
chunk of change.
yeah,
Sorry, Maiden, to hear that.
yeah, that's but again, you know what's crazy is like because on Guam I taught, right? So I taught and I took 1 year off from teaching because I did start a business and I did a sports magazine with friends. And there's four of us and it's just like me and one dude kind of did most everything, and another guy would help him take pictures and stuff. And then the other two, I don't know what they did. And it's like, wow, guys, this was your job to get all the ads. So I ended up going to sell ads, and here's why I don't want to be a car salesman because I have to go out and sell ads and stuff. Try not to lie and things, and it's just so hard to convince people. And there's inner circles and stuff, and like, yeah, I'm not part of the inner circle. Um,
The
but yeah,
click.
man, but what's cool is all of those things that happened, and I'm pretty sure with you, all the misfortunes and the hard times, it basically kind of made us who we are now, right? Um, you don't take things for granted. You don't sit back idle when people are like messing with their pets because you've seen things and you develop this thing. And you're an advocate. I know you're like, don't put this thing on this, and it's like, yeah, man, for sure, don't mess with your pets. That's your loved ones. Why are you doing that? And I know we talked about that, right? Um,
If I mean, just for me, I will never put anything on a cat or a dog, like clothes. People think it's cute, funny, and I know some do it. And if you do, that's fine. I'm not gonna like you know judge you on it or anything. But it's not for me, and I just don't. I just think they don't want those clothes on them, so just don't do it.
Yeah, and just judging. I was looking at all the different jobs you had held. For sure, there's things you've seen and stuff that has happened within your life that like it's just everything that happens to us. And it's just my thing. It's like, hey, man, this is meant to happen to me, I guess. And I'm gonna see if I can get out of it. And when I get out of it, I'll be much better afterwards. And like it's just a mindset thing that has helped me.
I'm
Man,
kind of a big believer also in like kind of predestination, kind of whatever path you're supposed to take. It might be a little windy, but eventually you'll get to where you're supposed to be. And just sometimes it takes time, and sometimes you may not like it, and sometimes you might hate it, but you're on your path for a reason. And hopefully, eventually, everybody will kind of see whatever their path is and be at peace with it. Because you can fight it, but it it's not going to do you any good. It's like fighting a rock coming down a hill. It's just going to crush you.
so true. That's like super true. Like, and the younger people think they can use force to make stuff happen. That can only happen, for certain periods of time. You use force, you put force behind it. You put your will behind just force. Like you try to force things. Work for a little for time was one. Either you're gonna come up with something that you can't move, or two, you're gonna like, yeah, I'm kind of tired pushing this thing, and you give up, and then you become a bum, right? Or you just don't try to grow anymore. So I've learned like, hey, you know what? Things happen for a reason. If it's hard, get through it, and you'll learn from it. Let me tell
Yeah,
you,
have faith,
it's the
family.
path. It's the path that we're talking about, right? Um, cool.
Have
Did I
faith, have
switch?
family, have friends. Those
Yes.
three
Just like
S.
this, hanging on people's, walls, right? You then go to the bathroom and says believe. You're like, yeah, I believe, whatever. I mean, it's so true. I mean, like a lot of us put those things.
I think you lost your audio, Bert. Gone to a silent live.
How about now?
Now we're good. We're
All
doing
right.
silent there for a second. We were just gonna do like sign
We're gonna
language.
do silent live. Hey guys, by the way, just real quick, this is Catatainment. Yesterday was Miss J's birthday. Today I met Sean, the Jedi Master. I took some pictures. I made a little thumbnail. We're talking about. I guess we directed ourselves into predestiny and stuff like that, right? And we've been just kind of chatting and asking questions of each other. Let me move this back. I'm actually shooting on my Dell now.
Well, I wanted to just take a sign just to say hi, Annabelle.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to say hi just because I have your thing like on my phone too, or I just have your live going on my phone, and
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
kind of looking down on occasion.
Yeah, no, we gotta watch the chat. Yeah, and sometimes I forget on the chat when I'm like deep in thought. I'm like, okay, let me think. And then of course I could already see my camera about to die. Hey Annabelle, thank you for coming in. Patty Fish, Sports Card and Things were here. Maiden's here. Just another Kiss fan. Hello, how's it going? I think I gave you Just Another Kiss fan. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So Just Another Kiss fan is new. I've not really seen on our live streams. Welcome. How's it going? And usually I set it where only subscribers can do. I didn't do it this time. I'm testing things out because um, really doesn't matter. I have like 3 or 4 of the actual like moderators, managing moderators to watch chat and everything.
The wrench people. No.
Yeah, we'll just put people on timeout and stuff like that. And what's crazy is I didn't see my chat bot, but that's fine. Uh, yes, hey, Burpees Giant, thank you for coming. Also, okay, wait. Here's Annabelle. Here you go. Adam, can you see the tag?
I can. And Annabelle, yeah, I will obviously try to help as much as I can in just my years of experience in physical therapy with Dom. I mean, you're doing great from what I've seen. I know it is tough from what I've seen also, but the stretching, the massaging, the getting on the physio ball, stretching his back out. I mean, that's all good, great stuff. It's just hard. And reading kind of up about the condition that he has, that's tough. Very rare from what I saw. Only like I think I saw something like only 700 people in the UK have his syndrome that he has. And there's not a lot of support either from what I was reading in the UK, unfortunately, because of the rareness of it. And it may be rare in America too. I'm not sure. But I'll continue to provide as much like insight or opinion that I can, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you. I was going to ask you one thing, Annabelle, since I have you here, is aquatic therapy, like water therapy. Has he ever been in water? Because that could be something that might be helpful for him.
My mom does that. Yeah, she tells me stories and she says because she did land based and yeah, so I know the water helps others and she sees the benefits of both, right?
There's a lot of stuff you can do in water. It's usually either for patients that might be a little overweight, so then they can do the exercises because they don't have the pressure like on their knees. We had a quadriplegic at one point in time. They would come in and they would do the water, and it would help them because they couldn't really do anything inland, because they don't have use of their arms or their legs. So, but we could do some stuff in water, get them standing, do some pretty neat stuff with them in aquatics. It's also crazy now. I mean, you can have animals. There's aquatic animal therapy.
Wow. I wonder how much that costs though. Like, because vets are pretty expensive, right?
It's
So
probably a pretty penny.
is there pet insurance?
There is. The only thing about it though is if you get it, like let's say you have a cat or a dog and they develop diabetes, right? And then you get the pet insurance. Most of them, because it's kind of like with humans, it's not you don't have like the pre-qualifying events, like if you have something beforehand, and then you get the insurance, they're not going to do anything with you. So that's why they say just try to do that if you want to, like when you first get a cat or a dog, just throw that insurance on them because it can be helpful down the road.
Yeah, so on the pin part, Annabelle was saying there's not that support where she's at.
Yeah, and Annabelle, I don't know. I mean, I did look, there wasn't too much. I asked you a couple of questions, and it could be one of those things, and I know it's not easy and not fun sometimes, but usually the greasy, what is that saying? The greasy wheel gets the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So sometimes you just gotta knock and knock and knock and knock and knock and just be a pest to advocate for something. It shouldn't be like that, but when it comes to government stuff, it kind of is.
Let's see. Yeah,
At least in the U.S. I don't know about in the U.K. because I don't know how the U.K. works.
It probably is similar. That's just almost as if it's almost like the thing like almost ever. I was talking. One of the very first interviews I did was Retro Cart Collector. Lives in Canada, and they have free health insurance, but then it's half of their paycheck goes to it, but then they gotta wait long. There's a long waiting list of things, right? So yes, it's free, but then there's that thing, and then it's like I guess the grease, whatever needs the most greasing at that particular time, they do it, right?
Yeah, healthcare is tricky. Healthcare is tricky.
You know,
You got socialized healthcare where it's all kind of free, but it's not really not free, and it takes 6 months to see a doctor. And then you got kind of like what we have, where you can see anybody anytime, but it's going to cost you $50,000. So it's like,
yeah, I know. So I was thinking, we get teachers get raises and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to raise anymore. How about we just for teachers or whoever it is? How about like don't give me a raise? Just when I retire, can I get healthcare for life? Can I just do it? Because like what? A lot of my students, I tell them, you know what? You don't know what you're doing. Like you don't know what you can do with your life. Your life is gonna start in a year or two. Like seriously, it's just gonna like once in 2 years you're gonna be there. It's like, what am I gonna do? And you're gonna be forced with all these decisions, right? Go to the military or something. You have nothing to do. Do like whatever. I have a lot of friends who went in the military and they got free healthcare. And there again, it's that greasy wheel thing. But it's good.
I don't know. I kind of think it wouldn't be a bad thing if we kind of got the draft back up and like kids have to actually go into the military for a year or two of service. I think that kind of would help them.
Yeah, I know. Conor McGregor had to do that, and then I think didn't Van Damme have to do that? Or am I thinking of a movie? Jean-Claude Van Damme, didn't he have to do that for a little bit, or maybe that was Legionnaire? I don't know. But that'd be good, man. Like, hey, you got to put in your 2 years. I think in Korea they do that because the K-pop guys have to do it.
Do they?
It might be good just to like, do those 2 years. Don't send them anywhere to like.
Yeah, I'm not talking about sending them out in the battlefield where they get killed. Just some kind of boot camp kind of thing.
Like a support group.
Yeah, kids need that reinforcement, and they need that repetition. They need that boot camp kind of thing to kind of get their lives in order. They need it, and they crave it, but they just don't know it.
Yeah, Uncle, I'm just it's just a pipe dream, man. I like to say it, and I know even at that, it's not going to be free. And I'm part of American Federation of Teachers, but then that's just only for like protection in case I do something really crazy or whatever it is, which I'm not gonna do. But it's like I took it when I was young, and I'm like, nah, I'm never gonna do that. That's craziness. But yeah, I know definitely nothing is free for sure. They could get that for life, but it's gonna be but you're gonna wait or whatever. Man, I was just looking at $140K for a knee operation. Wow, that's some crazy stuff. Just looking at Annabelle's comment. Their healthcare is paid by super high tax. They do, and I think it's 50% of the tax. But that's the thing, right? Who's the last to ask a question? Was it me or you?
It was you, or okay. I guess you. I'll point the right way eventually.
Yeah, if you click on, I forgot who told me. Maybe Maiden. He said click on the settings and you hit mirror my camera, and it kind of like I was like, how am I doing this? All right, well, there you go. Let's go. What you got? Because I have one for you.
I'll do a little bit more. It's been a bit not serious, but it's been a little heavier. So I'll kind of lighten it up a little bit here. Do a little bit more silly question. How long do you think you would survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh man, you know what? Me and my coworker were just talking about, and that's going to lead me to the question I'm going to ask you after this. I think I will do very well.
How come?
As long as someone doesn't sneak up behind and kill me when I'm sleeping, I think I could survive as long as most everybody was going to survive. Because eventually, if that's a zombie, we're all going to die. But I think I'm maybe the last people standing.
Okay.
Because then I know how to cook. I could kind of hunt. Yeah, I could fish if there's still fish. I think I'm resourceful. I'm very patient. Someone come to my house, I could choke them out, and I'm pretty good with these things, and I'm pretty good with people, and I believe like I'm an empath. I could feel the emotions of people and stuff like that. When I'm in a room, I can feel the tension. When I could tell if they're sad or mad or whatever, right? So I think those little crazy skills, I think I could last pretty long, although I may die helping some people because I have this heart, like, oh my God, look at that person. I gotta
Oh,
help
some
that
little kid
person.
or
Or
something.
like a dog. Remember, okay, what is that one, man? With Ving Rhames. And then they shot they were shooting people from the top of a roof, and they shot Burt Reynolds looking guy. Yeah, Burt Reynolds. Boom, and they shot him. And there was a dog that was running across. What is that show?
Mm.
It's a zombie show. Does anybody know
Oh, The
that?
Walking Dead.
No, it's not the walk. It's a
Oh,
movie. It's with
yeah,
Ving
chat. Do
Rhames.
you know? I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Okay. So like, I'm just saying, I would survive unless I see something I need to help somebody, or a dog, or a cat, or something. Like an animal needing. I'd probably die trying to help. But I think I could survive pretty long because I have some skills, I guess. Um, and of course, I live in Texas, right? So that's all I need to say.
You got a little
But
something, yeah.
I got a little something here too,
That's
But
some
then,
protection.
yeah, and it's just for fun. I take it out, we shoot, stuff like that. But the water guns. But I think I forget what movie that was. Yeah, they'll get made and the meth heads around. That's why I kind of left Guam. A lot of people with the drugs were pretty bad. And like even though some I don't care about people breaking in the house. That's fine. You're probably not going to survive. I'm going to survive. Um, and even with gun things that shoot the metal projectiles, because they might like um, meth heads. You cannot stop them.
They're like zombies.
They are seriously like zombies.
Super
Yeah.
strength.
Dawn of
Yeah.
the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. Have you seen Dawn of the Dead?
Parts of it.
Pretty good. I mean, I like it because it's funny. Yeah, that's why it's like a dog or something. I get the dog, right? Because like, man, my dog was sleeping. Rocky was outside. I'd have to go and get him. Like, get over here, you zombies biting my back. Push him in, and yeah, um, yeah. Meth heads are in. Yeah, you cannot stop them. So, uh,
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will
yeah,
just answer that question myself just real quickly. So I think it depends on if it's a fast zombie or a slow one.
yeah.
If it's a slow one, then probably I don't know. I think I could do okay for a while. But if it's the fast ones, I can't really run that fast, so I would just die quickly. Probably they'd come and eat me, and that's okay. It's like
So
it was a good life.
honestly, like, if there were zombies, what do you think? Chat, what do you think? They'll be fast or slow? Fast like what is it? World War Z? I'm super.
Yeah, like
Oh my
super
god! No,
fast.
no, 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 no. Be slow. Walking Dead, like like, yeah, I'm not worried.
Yeah, The Walking Dead, you can just walk around.
Yeah, right. Unless they're the horde, right? Or when they're around. Then you're fine. They grab you when you go halfway, right?
Oh, here comes the zombies.
Yeah, right. Rocky, you want to be quiet. We're probably gonna die because Rocky put like our position away. Nope. Yeah. So what do you think? Slow or fast? Should zombies be slow or fast? Yeah, zombies on meth. Zombies. What if you gave meth to a zombie? I've never thought of that. Like, actually, I've thought of some crazy things in my life, but like, there is a zombie. Let's see what happens with meth. So Miss J, whose birthday was yesterday, says they'll be slow. Uh,
I
Zombie
hope so.
Square. I think they should be slow, right? Like, I mean, because it's supposedly like something, a parasite, right, that takes over your body. So you can't get through it. Um, man, that just got me thinking of hitting zombies with adrenaline. That's because I would have a better chance. Good night, Annabelle.
Night,
What time is
Annabelle.
it over there? Um, must be.
Okay. She's in what? You? Oh, I think it's like maybe a midnight, 1, 2.
See you later. No, speaking of, okay, so here's one. I don't know because I was watching 1 a.m. Oh my gosh, get some sleep. Um, yeah, this is it's kind of late. My bedtime's like 11 or 12. 12 at the very latest. What do you think about those? What is it? Coronal mass ejections. Those sun emitting all that stuff. I don't know. I just been. I think because I watch YouTube, right, just for fun, and it whatever I'm watching, it leads into something kind of similar. And eventually, like 5 o'clock in the morning, it's playing something totally like different. And there was something on, the sun emitting these ejections. Is it coronal mass ejections or something? Have you?
I think it's just extra bursts of like energy. It's not. It's like radiation. Is it solar radiation? Somebody in the chat might know. If you know chat, just let us know.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think it's interesting, and I think eventually they always talk about it like being hitting like the electric magnetic stuff, like taking out all the phones and all the communications and all those type of things. So it's interesting.
but I guess you're like me, and not like I'm not losing sleep too much over it. But
I don't
like,
worry about much.
I guess
Life's too short to worry a lot.
there is, right. So like, if it does happen and it wipes out all this stuff, we won't be
It's
able
the
to
great
use.
reset.
We won't be able to YouTube, right? A solar flare. So what? Man, that mean it kind of wipe all our dead out too, right?
Yeah,
That'd
get
be
back
the.
to farming.
Would you guys like? Because I know everybody's in some type of debt, right? Um, unless you're lucky enough not to have. Um, would you trade all that debt to be free but not have technology like YouTube or cell phones? Would you trade all that? You're gonna still have food. You'll have some type of job. You're gonna be okay. Um, you'll live and maybe have a good time. But would you trade all your debt to not have any type of technology ever again? Would you do that, Adam? Zero debt,
Yeah,
no technology.
yeah, I
How
would.
about you, chat? Yeah, I like made instincts. Like I at this age, I don't really care anymore. But he went a little explicit with little thing. But then me too. It's like you know what? I'm old. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. Like who cares? Um, who would trade to have no debt but zero technology? I guess the no cars too, unless it's old, right? The ones
No,
without the
all the
electric
modern
motor. Yeah,
computer
all the
chips.
modern cars definitely gonna have to go. You just have like those old school cars, right? That you could try to fix up and move around with, or a bike.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could live back there, kind of like in a simpler time. Now, you take away some of the, well, bad stuff that people were doing to each other back in those days, and you take away some of that stuff, but you just live in a more simpler time. I, yeah,
Because that's
I
like,
wouldn't mind it a bit. I think I'd be fine in that era.
I think so too. Hey, what's up, David? Guitar off the cuff here. We were talking about like solar flares,
Solar
and there's a
zombie
word for
flares.
it. Yeah, we were talking about zombie. If I'm gonna survive a zombie apocalypse, I'm probably until I see a dog or someone I gotta help. I'll probably die from that way, but it might last pretty long. Then I was asking about if Adam, if he ever like heard something or even thinking about like David would know. David Guitar off the cuff. So is it corona mass ejection wiping out all technology. They were talking about the sun kind of doing that. They did it way back, during telegraph times. Because I was kind of reading up on it on different sources, maybe a week or two ago, and it said it did it once back long when telegraph, and it kind of like just fried all the lines of telegraph, was it 1800s or so. So we're asking, would you trade all your debt, right? Because they're obviously going to go away, but no technology. You know what's crazy? Before YouTube, before I did this in February, I really didn't really do too much with technology. Like seriously, my phone was in my pocket, and I used it only to text or talk, and I didn't really look at Facebook. I didn't really, I guess old people do Facebook. I'll look at it just every once in a while to see what my friends are doing. Yeah, like an EMP. What? Because who is that? Because John and David, Guitar of the Cup, are quite smart, right? I mean, they have these. David, we were talking about some stuff on live stream long time ago, and they were pretty heavy on some of the information that they had. Yes, I would. Shoot the wooden eat. But yeah, do you play video games?
I used to.
What made you stop?
I grew up. I just kind of lost interest in them. I used to watch a lot of sports too, like in the 20s and 30s, but I just kind of grew out of it, and I don't know. I just didn't maybe want to support millionaires just throwing balls around and shooting basketballs and stuff like that. And there's just, I don't know, that money could be spent in better ways.
Yeah, I think similar. I used to play Call of Duty. I did play Fortnite for a little bit, and then I just found myself on it too long. Like, what are
Kind
you
of
doing?
sucked into it.
Yeah, like really, like especially when we had to stay home. We had to stay home.
With
That
COVID,
one
yeah.
time we had to stay home, and I was like just playing games, and I'm like, man, you gotta go out and do something, man. Like go out and see the sun. And I'm like, when we get back, we go back out into the world and we do stuff again, right? I'm like, nah, dude. I like sometimes I just leave my phone in certain places because I don't really use it. Um, I don't know if I miss it or not because like YouTube is technology, but it's a different thing. It's not like I'm searching random nonsense. I'm like as or it's not. I don't think it's wasteful because I'm actually talking to a person here. His name is Adam, right? And Adam used to work at a grocery store, right? He used to be a physical therapist, the animal hospital. He's teaching. He's seen some crazy things in his life. He's doing customer service. And he's trying to work from home, which his wife does. So I know Adam, right? So I don't consider that like how I would sit. Like I'm talking like morning to like almost the next morning playing a game for me. And I was like, oh my god, yo, go see people anywhere. And Adam, wants to go to. He's been to Mexico, but he wants to go to Japan and he wants to go to Australia. Yeah, Sydney's beautiful, by the way. And I've been to parts of Europe. I've been to Austria and France and Germany, Sweden. Man, super beautiful. But I was looking at it through the lens of a 17-year-old kid with no appreciation of history and culture.
Sure.
And I'm like, dang. Yeah, I have to think back about the stuff I've seen. And then I'm like, oh man, that's pretty cool. I went there. Not like now that I know cool stuff, it's like, hey. All right, what do you got? You got any crazy questions?
Well, let me see. Crazy question. Okay. If you were stranded on an island by yourself, you have like shelter, food, fire, you have like the life necessities already there, but you're somehow magically able to get 3 items. What would they be?
Oh my goodness. It's just me.
It's just you. Your 2 dogs? No.
It's that's hard, man. Yeah, because it's like I want to be silly and say, I definitely need an ice skate, right, in case I have a toothache and I pop it off. I need a volleyball, and then of course I need that package to give that lady who did I fall in love with her in the end, or did I drive away? Castaway, right? So,
Yeah.
oh
I
my
think he
god,
fell in love with the lady that had the package that he kept with the angel wings on it.
right? But man, I'm not trying
But it was
to
left
avoid.
open. It was left like
You know,
to interpretation, it seemed like.
it is right. So this is how kids do it. They ask you the question, "What did you ask again?" Because they don't know how to answer it, and it's they're shielding, right? Or they'll redirect and say, "Story Castaway," which I'm doing right now. Man, um, what would
And
a good
Chad, if you
name?
want to answer
Yeah,
these questions too, just to make it a little fun, also feel
yeah.
free.
Okay, so
Like what
Adam
you
asked,
think.
yeah, you're on an island and you have everything you need, right? Food, you can build a
Food,
structure, stuff like that.
shelter,
Everything's
fire,
good to go. It's
everything
not
you
like
need to
you're on a
survive.
what three things would you ask for and that you'll get those three things? So I'm trying to think. Um, any lady with a package in 2023 means something totally different now compared to when Tom Hanks was on that island. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be those angel wings. Okay, Franco said blanket, pillow, and soap.
Blanket, pillow, and soap.
I
But what would you need soap for, though, really?
I mean soap. It's
You know, I
important.
mean, you're the only person there, so it doesn't matter if you stink or not.
Um,
But I don't know, use the coconuts to freshen you up.
maybe a guitar,
Guitar. It's a good
so I
choice.
could
Some
have
kind,
something to keep my mind from going crazy.
crazy. Sure.
A machete, because that didn't come with it, right?
What was it?
Did I have a machete? Here I am. I was like,
Um,
we're prepping for a role playing game. Can I have a machete? Can it be tied
yeah,
to you?
yeah, we can count that. That's part of the package.
Oh, so that kind of like there was a shed with those
Yeah,
little
so that's
things.
part of it. That's like with the fire and stuff like that. So we'll take out the machete.
So guitar off the cuff said 3 Navy SEALs.
They can't be
One,
people.
oh, it can't be people.
Yeah, so no people, things.
Okay, no dogs, obviously too,
Yeah,
right? So
no.
nothing
'Cause I would
lethal,
just say I have all my cats or three of them.
right? I mean, but that's yeah. Okay, wait. So a guitar. Um, a Bible, the biggest one they have,
Oh,
the biggest. I mean, like if
yes.
no, I mean, I'm talking like the whole thing from like King James to New Testament to Dead Sea Scrolls to whatever it
Oh,
is that
okay.
they ever had found in one big collection. I'm sure they sell it and it's probably that big. That because that is gonna be some reading for the rest of my life. Um, because I can ask for a book, but I have to be done with it, and I don't want to reread the book. Um, my glasses. Did my glasses come with me like the guy in Twilight Zone or no? Remember that Twilight Zone opus? That's what that kills me, man. That dude, all he wanted to do was read that, please. Like, I just want to read.
Yeah,
And
I
then he
finally had
gets that
all the time
chance.
to read. Yes,
Oh
he had
my
to put on his
gosh.
glasses.
The Book of Enoch. That's, yeah, I mean, everything like in a package. And if you can get that to me, can that be considered one thing? I'm pretty sure they sell it. I used to be
Well, yeah.
Catholic. So I remember the Catholic Bibles were this big, like huge. Um, that book. And then,
I'd say that, yeah, so you got a guitar and you got the Bible.
right. And then, oh my gosh, that's hard. Okay, so let's see who else. Someone said hello. Hey, what's up, John? How's it going? So, John, me and Adam, right? So, Adam of Catatainment. We are his question. I sorry, I didn't want to miss the chat here. So, John is on here, and how y'all doing? Just got the phone with a friend, Doris, who gave me. Okay, I'm doing fine. How are you doing? John was asking Adam.
Hey, John, doing well. Hope you're doing well too.
So let's fill him in. Before you asked if I was if I can survive a zombie apocalypse, and I said I think I can survive pretty long. And then it depends on fast, slow zombies. Then if there was like some dog, I'd probably die helping. And then I asked him about solar flares killing technology, and we asked the chat, would you give up all your debt and just have no technology? And I think I would do that too, because that'd be great. You just live. And then it comes into this question: it's like, I'm on an island, I have everything I kind of need, and what three things that are not people or animals, right, living things, would I want? And I said a guitar, um, nylon strings, please, and then steel break first, which is an island, and then a Bible that has every book of scripture within one big package. And I'm stuck with the third. I'm not sure yet.
Choose
Yeah.
wisely.
And David said, Bert, a guitar and a Bible are stranded in an island. Sounds like a beginning of a silly joke. It kind of does. There is a joke. Man, I'm really stuck on the last one. You got me stumped here. I really don't know. I guess those are the only two. I can't think of if I have everything else that I could use to survive. Like, well, machete's already there, right? And things like that. I guess those two. I can't think of another. Um, do I have a spear gun? Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, I could figure out a way to catch the fish, right? Like
Yeah, you can
somehow.
yeah,
I could
sharpen a
fashion
stick.
myself something that's fine because I do. I really can't think of another thing. Um, that those two. What would you have? I mean, redirecting back to you.
I have no idea. I'm not gonna answer. No.
Oh my God, you are
Um,
gonna be like me and beat around the bush and like, hey, by the way,
it's
you're
my
gonna
question, not
die.
your question. Okay.
I know, man.
Um,
That's a good question right there, actually.
I mean, I would put the Bible in two because that's like good reading, and it's the kind of thing you can read like a lot of times and always like see something different in it, or just like read it differently, or just like get a different interpretation with it. Um, and that actually just really off topic just for a second. So I saw a video with I think her name is Pretirement. I think it's Sandy or Betty.
Betty.
Betty, and she had a video up that had like a fish in the background, and then she was like having just Bible verses, like say whatever Joel 3:12 or whatever. And I said, well, that's cool, but could you put like the actual like verse in it? And she said no, because apparently there's certain versions of the Bible that's copyrighted.
Oh wow. How?
And it's like, who knew that the Bible is copyrighted? But I guess it is parts of it.
Who? Okay, to credit what?
Well, it's public domain, right?
I would think so. I mean, it was written back. Those guys' families asking for some piece of this, or who are these guys'
I
families?
think it's like maybe newer ones, like newer
Like,
versions
maybe,
of it.
yeah, I guess, but like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, I can understand it. Um, yeah, like who's gonna sue? So David's like, who is it? Mark, Matthew, Luke? These dudes are like, yeah, I'm a descendant of Luke, and I want my money because you used his quote right there. I'm gonna go tell Steph Curry because those people that wrote Ephesians, you know, because Curry has Ephesians, right? This the scripture, right? It's just the
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah.
I'm a descendant of the people who wrote that. So, and Steph Curry, I know you make millions, so just give me one because you copyright. That's I mean, I understand. It probably is in the form of how it is written with the font style, maybe is copyrighted or whatever. But that's a crazy one.
Yeah, it
You
was
know
just
that,
interesting.
yeah. So David said a very super high powered blue light, so you can get off the island, maybe, right?
Okay.
Um,
Rescue. Okay.
I owe God more than some copyright information payments. Yeah. So man, that's a pretty good question there. Let's see. Hey, how's it going, Squirrel? Just talking to Adam over here. We're just asking each other some questions about some things, some random things. I thought you said you had some like that one was hard. Do you have a weird one? Oh, I got a weird one for you. I got a weird one for you.
Go first.
I think you might have asked you within Poke Boys thing. What's the weirdest thing you ever ate? I think you might have said it.
I asked about like I think spice stuff maybe, but the weirdest thing I ever ate. I wouldn't consider this weird. I would just consider it hot. Ghost peppers.
Okay, what happened after you ate that? Because like, I can tell you what happened to
Regrets.
my son.
There's a lot of regret. So I was actually just kind of challenging my nieces at the time because they were out visiting, and we got a few ghost peppers. We also had ice cream on tap, and we had milk on tap because just hearing and water on tap. That pretty much almost instantaneously, once that ghost pepper touches it might be nothing for you, Maiden, but if it's something for me, let's see you do a live, Maiden, and eat some ghost peppers. But pretty much the second it touched my tongue, it was just like fire, and I had to eat the whole thing. It was like it was decent size, like a ghost pepper. It wasn't small. It was like meaty too. I first went to the milk, which was a mistake apparently, because you're not supposed to use dairy with these because it just makes it worse. You start crying or decided, you start having a runny nose immediately. Within a few seconds, your stomach starts hurting. And then I went to the water, and that helped it a little bit. But I also could like some butter, like a little stick of butter, and it's basically just like chewing a little of it, just kind of having it on my tongue. Awful.
Man, yeah, yeah. My son had the ghost pepper, and he got $100 out of it, but he was hurt. Carolina Reaper and Scotch bonnets. Is that what made it? Made it? That's what you're gonna eat this weekend? Living dangerously, right there.
I'll be there, Maiden, to watch.
It'll be. Oh man, there's some live craziness. Hey, what's up, Harry? Just me and Catatainment, Adam of Catatainment, which I spelled his name wrong on the thumbnail, but I was able to fix. Sorry about that, Adam.
You're good.
Talking about eating hot peppers and stuff like that. Asked him what's the craziest thing he's eaten. I've actually not by my actual choosing had dog once at a party because some people do that, and I'm like, okay, no, that may be the weirdest because I love dogs more than anything, and surprisingly, it tastes like you know. So there's places in the world that do that. Not as much anymore, but I've had that, and I guess say that that's not only weird, but also like when I think I was like, man, how. That's some crazy stuff. Carolina Reapers. John likes Carolina Reapers. I can't eat too much hot stuff because me and my dad used to challenge each other, and we eat these little peppers on Guam. We call them they're booty peppers. They're small, but they're wicked, and we'll try to eat as many. Yeah, and so my dad be like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and I'm like 20. I'm done, and I'll just be like, why? And it hurts going in. It equally hurts as bad going out. It's not good. So I think I totally screwed myself up. And the kids nowadays, they eat the hot Cheetos with the red stuff.
The Takis.
Takis, those are so bad for you. Don't get me wrong, I like hot stuff, but I don't try to kill myself too much. I mean, did you see my salsa video?
I haven't. I haven't caught it yet. I will.
That's
I just
fine.
haven't.
I mean, when you watch it, oh my god, I put 5 habaneros and some poblano and some other. It was. I think I should have put only like 3, but it was, man, I was tearing up in the house. It was just like, oh my god, I was like, whoa, the vent couldn't pull it fast enough. I used to eat level 8, 9, 10 stuff. It's fine, but now it's like I already know what's gonna happen the next day. I'm like, let's not do that. You're smarter than that. Remember what happened last time? And I think that's why I kind of stopped. I don't drink. It's because I'm like, remember what happened last time? Oh yeah. You were so unproductive for the whole weekend. Then you went to work and you were so mad. So I mean, I've eaten a lot of crazy stuff. Cow foot soup. That actually, no, okay. That actually, I've actually had that. Um, my wife likes the marrow of things. You know, you
The
can go to
bone
farm,
marrow.
yeah, the bone marrow.
Mhm.
That's actually really good for soup. You know, if you just buy the marrows, you throw it in, make some kind of soup, let that thing go, and people suck the marrow out and stuff like that. That's good stuff. Um, but I am, Filipino, so we have a lot of like different things that are, some people think it's kind of weird. Um, you have a question,
Yeah.
crazy question. Oh, is it gonna make me think? So, because like
This is
if
well.
you
This
have
might
one.
make you think. I don't think so. Oh, Maine. I also wanted to say another good one, and I tried once too. Was called the world's hottest chocolate. I don't know if it's available anymore, but just check it out if you're into those kind of hot things. This one actually is another food one. Um, but it's so if you're able to only eat one food, now it could be like now when I say one food, it could be like say if you like hot dogs, it could just be hot dog the bun and relish and all that stuff, or like a combo food like a spaghetti dish or pasta of some sort, whatever, jambalaya. So if you only had to have one food for the rest of your life, and you could only eat this one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fried rice. I could put other things right with that
Mm-mm.
fried
No,
rice.
it's just the one food.
No, no, I mean I can have spam fried rice. Can I have? Because fried
No,
rice is it has to be the one
it has to
thing.
be unless it's like a
Oh,
combination already into it. Like jambalaya is like a mixture of different
right.
foods, right? It's just not one item.
This might
It's
be
a
way.
mixture of stuff.
I'd
Rice
probably
is
die.
just rice. I mean, because you can eat rice on its by itself if you wanted to,
Right.
and just
Um,
rice.
oh my God, one food. Potato. Okay, so Squirrel said potato. Harry said pork fried rice. Miss J said chicken. Maiden said pizza. Uh, man, I like cooking, right? And I cook something different every single day, so it's kind of hard. Uh,
I
and I
know.
know I
I
can only,
remember going into this, so that's why I had some of these questions.
yeah, and then I cook so much stuff, and I know I can only tolerate chili 4 days in a row, max five.
Yeah,
Um,
infinity.
you're right. Man, it's gonna suck because too much of a good thing makes it suck. Um, oh my God. So Harry's asking if you can have extra cheese on his pizza. Hot roast with veggies.
You can have extra cheese on your pizza, yeah, because that's part of kind of the pizza if you want to do that.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with chicken fried rice. Can I do that?
Yeah, because that's like a meal. It's
Yeah.
all together, and it's
Because
like kind of like a meal. Yeah, I
because
would go
I'm
with that.
if I'm gonna eat that, I know after 2 weeks or a month, I'll be like, "Ugh, we're gonna have for dinner. I don't want to eat dinner. You gotta eat it. It's your medicine. You're gonna take your medicine and you're gonna like what you're eating and you're gonna shut your mouth and finish your plate. But I've had this for 5 straight years. Okay, and just food is fuel. Just eat the food. I guess if it's that, then I guess I think of my health, right? Like, man, guys, I would love to have pizza every day, but I don't think it's gonna be good for your health. Like you probably like the rest of your life, but your life's gonna be like 10 years. Then you're gonna be dead. Um, maybe with chicken and fried rice, I mean, I could like that might be the most healthy choice, or salad might be the most healthy choice. I do like salads. Um, chicken salad. Can I go chicken salad? I'll change it. Chicken
Chicken
salad with
salad.
chicken on it.
Yeah, the little strips
Real
or
chicken.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with that because I want to
Okay.
live long, right? Because
Okay.
the zombies are coming, and I need to be able to run from the zombies eventually. Where there's no technology, and I'm eating salad with chicken on top, plain, no dressing. Uh,
Okay.
so I mean, Skittles. David's like, you know what? Screw it, Skittles, baby. If I'm going out, I'm doing Skittles and Funyuns. Have you tried the new Funyuns? There's
I
a new
haven't.
Funyun. I forgot what the flavor is.
I haven't had Funyuns in boy a long time, maybe a decade.
Well, I guess I get to try everything that the stores. provide, because when my wife and my daughter, they go shopping, they come home and their stuff. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. They make the little Skittles now, like little baby Skittles.
Oh, do
I
they?
don't really, I don't eat drink. I don't eat too much sugar, but like I cheat every once in a while because I try to do a little keto and a little. I do intermittent fasting. I don't eat throughout the day, and then I eat when I get home, and I try to be as healthy as possible because I'm trying not to get like sick. Um, but oh, man, that's magical. Those little magical things. Um, so man, yeah, I remember when I first met Rook, just talking about like collard greens and stuff like that, and like I do want to do a dish with collard greens. I've never really like fully cooked it with like a turkey leg, and stuff like that, like ham hocks and stuff. I like ham hocks, but that's something I do want to try to make because it's uh, we eat that back on Guam and stuff like that.
Okay.
I can't ask you the same question, but I'm curious.
I mean, I would say just
I,
real quickly.
I know what you want. I'm not. I could just answer for you. Ghost peppers.
No.
How many ghost peppers all day long, baby? Could you? How long? Okay, how long do you think you would survive if all you had to eat was ghost peppers until your stomach just said, "Hey, I'm done," and it just went.
End of the day,
I mean,
I'd want to just be done at the end of the day.
no, it's the rest of your life.
Well, I would just want to eat then. I let the zombies eat me.
Hey, chat. Do you think you? How long do you think a person will survive if all they had to eat was ghost peppers? You have just had this field of ghost peppers. That's it. How long? How many days do you think you'll live if that's all you had to eat? Ghost peppers or
If they had
Carolina Reapers?
water,
It's your choice. Yeah, yeah, you got water.
I mean, I
To
think
wash it
you
down.
could go. I don't know. I wonder what John thinks because he's like, I know he knows a lot of stuff with that kind of thing. So I would say just maybe weeks, really.
Do
I
you
think it
think
would
you'll
just
survive?
destroy your system.
Like, how long will it just totally destroy you?
It's like
I
no
mean,
protein. That you're
right?
not getting any. I don't think you're getting any protein. Maybe
I
you
think
are.
maybe. What if that's the key? Like, hey, you want to live long? Just have ghost peppers. The fountain of youth, right? Marco Polo's looking for it.
Just looking
Ghost
for a big
peppers
ghost
all
pepper.
along. Okay, Maiden and John, because you guys probably know the most about peppers. How long would you live if that's all you had to have? A Carolina Reaper or a ghost pepper? Those are the two choices, and you like, okay, I'll choose the Reaper, like, or the ghost pepper. Either one is just, it doesn't matter. Both are like, right, like, oh, I don't know, bad choices for that's all you had. How long? What's up, Witcher? How's it going? Talking about craziness. How long do you think you could survive if all you had to eat was a ghost pepper? Like ghost peppers. You have a ghost pepper field. The whole world, just like you woke up one morning, everyone's gone, and it's just ghost peppers all over the place. And water. That's right. 2 to 3 weeks tops.
Was that Maiden? Yeah.
Maiden. He
That's what.
eats a
Yeah.
lot. He eats a lot of peppers, right? 2 to 3 weeks of torment. Okay, how long do you think you'll be okay about like the pain would just be so used to it. Like, yeah, you know what? First this was a level 9. 2 weeks later, you're like, it's a level 3. But
I don't
how
know if
long do
that
you
pain
think?
would ever go away.
Do you think
Maybe you. Yeah. Maybe you could get tolerant of it. I don't know.
tolerant of ghost
I
peppers?
don't want to know.
I'm glad. Like, what have we decided? Both you and I are gonna do some ghost peppers. We eat 2 ghost peppers a piece, and then have a 2-hour interview. I I think I've seen people trying to do that, man. They're like, all right, we're gonna have a, they're talking and they're like, like that kind of thing. Oh my god.
Excuse me. Swallowing some water wrong. Thinking of those ghost
Behind that
peppers.
ghost pepper. Where do you actually get ghost peppers? You have to actually go and actively look for them because I don't see them at Kroger or Walmart or HEB or the grocery stores. I'm like, guys, where do you keep your ghost peppers at? The hot ones. The hot ones are good. You ever watch the hot ones?
Yeah, I've
Adam.
seen it before. That's a good show.
Um,
It's a funny
that one's.
show.
Who was your favorite guest that was on the hot ones?
Gordon Ramsay.
That guy already cussed us, so he was already like, I think it was it Shaq? I watched. I think the very last time I watched it, it was Shaq, and they go in the order of like levels of heat,
Hotness.
right?
Yeah.
And that the dude eats too, right? And the host actually eats it too and talks. He speaks, right? Man, that'd be a cool show. See,
I mean, if
Maiden likes the Shaq one. The Shaq one is kind of funny because that's a big dude. Um, what size shoe does Shaq wear? This
it's
is
like
like 20,
24.
right?
Yeah,
What
it's
size shoe
24.
do you wear? 6'2" to the you wear a 14.
13. 13, 14. It depends on the shoe.
Mm. So the kids at my school, they clean up. But remember at your school, you would have to like tidy up after the kids leave and stuff, and the janitor takes out the trash. Um, at my school, the kids come back and they're assigned duties, and they'll sweep the floor, wipe the desk, and do all that stuff, right? And there's a point. I'm the reason why I'm talking to this. And they have this big roll of tissue. It's big, it's like this, to wipe the desk. And I'm always like, the kids, and they always leave it in my room. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to bring all their supplies back. And every morning, it's there on my desk, and I'm like, oh man. And I go to the room where they're at. I'm like, hey, who left Shaq's toilet paper here? Because it's big. It's like it looks like this big roll of toilet paper. Hey, what's okay? Who asked the last question? Because I got one for you. Was it
You
you?
can go. You can go. I think I did with the food one, so you're go.
All right. What's the craziest thing you ever like took from a place?
No, when you mean took,
Meaning you
you
like kind of like put in your person and you kind of like left. I
just
know you're
took.
not former loss prevention, so we shouldn't be talking about this because they're gonna get like you're not preventative measures of things. What's the craziest thing you've taken without getting yourself in trouble? I don't want to like, oh guys, hey, by the way,
No,
that's
this
entertainment. This is his last time being on YouTube because one, he's gonna go to jail, and two, all he's gonna ever eat in jail is ghost peppers
ghost
for
peppers.
2 weeks. 2 weeks with the
2 minutes.
Bible, with the Bible and ghost peppers. Borrowed and not returned. How's that? Borrowed and not returned.
Gotcha. I mean, this will be a very boring answer, actually, because I haven't borrowed and not returned anything since I was like 8,
Yeah,
and it was the stupidest thing. It was just newspapers. Why? I really don't know. I wanted to like read the sports sections.
Hmm.
That's yeah. And let me think while I think on that. Was there anything else? Because I had like a really like stern talking to with my dad when he found out that
Uh-huh.
I guess kind of set me straight. And like I'm not gonna do this ever again. But let me think about that for a few moments. Because
I
there's
could
probably
answer.
something in the last 10, 15, 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, I'll let you think, and while you're thinking, I'll say some of the craziest, stupid things I borrowed and not returned. Um, a boogie board. Boogie boards are big.
Like the 12-foot long ones.
Not a surfboard. So a bodyboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. Um, from like a wholesale, like how you have Costco and Sam's Club. Uh, on Guam, we have something similar. It's like cost you less or something. And they had this like it's like $20. Those kiddie boards. I was in high school, and we decided not to go to school and surf,
Yeah.
and we only had enough for drinks, as young kids do, right? And we wanted to surf, but I didn't want to go home to get the boards, right? Because I have a lot of boards at home, because they're gonna know we're not at school. So I was like, let's go check this board. So we went. I don't even know how we got it though. I got it. We went out. We bought some drinks. I walked out with it, and karma. It was big. The weights were big, and I dropped in, and the board literally like went like this and stalled me out in the wave. And then whoa, almost drowned. Stupid stuff, and of course candy, right? When I was a kid, it was candy.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, it probably would be like candy too. But honestly, I mean, I don't know. I said it was kind of just a boring answer. I don't really have. I was just taught such a valuable lesson when I was very young, and it stuck with me my whole life. It's like
Yeah.
just don't steal, don't borrow without you know, without returning.
Yeah, now it's like I try my best to I know like whatever we do we kind of pay for it. Hey Maiden, thank you for coming. And I know I saw Janet say plead the fifth. We're allowed to plead the fifth and say I had not. You know, I only I didn't inhale. I remember as a kid, I was watching the news and I used to do crazy things when I was a kid. And then that one president guy who was from Arkansas, right? He said he didn't inhale. I was like, how? Why? That's dumb. Like, really? Didn't he say that?
I
Right?
like I smoked it, but I didn't inhale it or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was in high school, and that like stuck with me for some reason. Like, how can they say they didn't? How? It's weird stuff like that. But yeah, I've done crazy stuff as a kid. I was bad. So now when I try to do things, I try to be as good as possible. You know, you go to the store, right, and they don't charge you for something. How many times has that ever happened to you? Like you go like, oh man, look at the receipt. They didn't charge me for this big thing of this thing, and that thing is like $40. Do you go back?
So that has happened, but not. It wasn't like anything like crazy big. It's been like a bag of cat food or something, and it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I think the store will be okay without charging $5 for a bag of cat food. That has happened, yes.
Eh,
And no, we do not go back.
Let me see. I might have went back. It's probably yeah, like you said, it's probably 5, 6 times. You know, because probably went once or twice, maybe. Have you ever found a wallet?
Yes. And when I have, I had looked into it briefly, just out of curiosity. And then just it's usually like by grocery stores. Typically, it's like a couple times that I would go back to the grocery store and say, "Hey, I found this wall." I found phones too a few times, and the same thing. Um, you are kind of tempted just to kind of let's see what's just for a second, just kind of like what's in here. And most of the time they're like password locked anyway, so you can't get in. But then you just go and hand it in, and hopefully the person finds it. They hey, my phone's missing. Like, hey, we got it.
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at guitar off the cuff. That's not my officer. That's hold on. I think my pet definitely isn't like it's the same. Let's see. I contacted the store and Amazon a few times. They just say thanks and let me keep it free every. Yeah. Okay. Here's one thing. I got a on Guam. It's really hard to get stuff like on Amazon. It's super hard. Walmart ships there to Guam, but it's like of course you got to pay extra whatever tax to get it there. So I got it like a PS4 ordered from Walmart.com. Walmart, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I tried to tell you, but you never answered me back. So this is not sponsored by Walmart. That'd be awesome. If you want to sponsor both me and Catatainment, I will pay you that money back. I think at the time PS4s when I was buying it was like $2.99. I'll gladly pay that $2.99 if you sponsor us. I promise. But I did try to reach out to you guys and let you know. Ordered a PS4 long time ago. PS4 when it first came out. That's a long time, right? Um, it never came. And I'm like, where's my PS4 that I ordered? So I'm emailing them. It's been shipped. I said, no, it hasn't. It's been months, and where's my? I don't have it. And I was getting mad at the point. And then like I sent another email, and they said, it believe me, it's been shipped, and like sir, whatever, right? And I'm like, third email, I still have not gotten it. It's probably 4 months have gone by, and I really want a PS4, right? So they said, okay, we'll send you one. We'll send another one out. I say, oh, fine, because it never showed in my mailbox or anything, right? So I'm like, yeah, look, I don't have it. Check the thing is never received on my end. And then like maybe 3 weeks later, I get a PS4. I'm like, hey, fine, awesome. And that's like 5 months, and I was already pissed at Walmart, right? Because we have Kmart on Guam,
Kmart, okay.
right? So like, I don't know if they still have it, but Kmart was a big thing. And the month after that, I get another PS4.
Okay.
And I was like, all right. And that maybe that's the biggest, and like kind of kept it, and I sold it to a friend for like 100. But Walmart, if you want to sponsor us, I promise you, I'll pay that $2.99 back. Sponsor both me and Adam and the Modern Day Breakfast Club. If you guys are watching, that's awesome. You can sponsor with whatever it is, like Walmart gift cards or whatever it is. But yeah, and I was already mad. I think I was already mad at the point because I waited that long, sent that many things, and I was like, and like you, I said, I don't think they'll mind too much that they did that, right? Mom and pop store for sure. Like, yeah, man, maybe I'll for sure I'm gonna go back to them. But nowadays, yeah. And John said he was horrible, and yeah, I was pretty horrible too. There's not much to do on Guam.
Yeah.
Well, remember I was asking you a question? I was gonna say something. Like, what's the question you were gonna answer?
I mean, you asked me about if I borrowed anything, but
Borrowed, yeah.
yeah, that was the last.
Oh, you
I was
had a
gonna,
question for me.
yeah. So I was gonna ask. This was just more of a philosophical one, somewhat. So let's say you were able to bring back one person, anybody in the history of the world that's dead. Okay, so anybody you want, or an animal also that's now passed on. Who would you bring back? And you can only have them for one day.
I've asked a similar question to students. They always choose some random dumb like Tupac. I want Tupac. Like why?
Well, maybe Tupac's important for them. They
Yeah,
want
I
to
know.
learn from him.
Kind one day.
Yep, one day. Anybody or any animal. I mean, lost animals, passed on animals, or just one person. You may have known them, or just somebody in the history books or in history.
Chat. Okay, so Miss J says her grandmother.
Grandmother. It's a good choice.
You know what? I think my dad's side, I'd probably bring back my great grandfather to ask him what goes past that, because it ends. Like the family tree, right? It really seriously ends on my grandma. It doesn't go too far. It doesn't go deep at all. It goes like great grandparents, and it kind of like I don't know. I never got that from my grandmother, and it's hard to find. In Philippines, you don't have like the coat of arms and all that stuff. It's just like it's harder to get when you're trying to track back. Maybe my great grandfather to ask, because when I look at my Irish, like French Irish side, it goes really deep. I'm like, oh my god, it's huge. It shows all these people. Here's me on the bottom, and there's these people like way up there with branches. It's like elaborate.
Yep.
You track European history, you could track it way back. But then when you go my side, the Filipino side that came from Philippines, it kind of like tracks and stops.
Yeah.
Your
Some
great
lost
grandfather
history.
is so and so, this and that. I'm like, but who else? But maybe I didn't dig deep enough. Because maybe I didn't ask the right questions of my grandma at the time, but maybe that do and say, "Hey, who's before that?" So I can write it down, because it kind of ends there, and because what I mean. Like I can ask for Aristotle or something, but I don't really know what to ask him. Like, hey, by the way, did you know that maybe you're a little bit wrong? Or Columbus, hey, you were really dumb, man. That's not Asia. This is North America. I mean, like. It's probably like I'm the chat. It's probably people that you want to know more about your history and stuff like that.
Somebody picked the genie from Aladdin.
Oh yeah, the Will Smith genie or the Robin Williams genie? It was
It's
Robin
got to be
Williams, right?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's got to be Robin. Nothing against Will, but that movie was awful. Sorry, Disney.
Yeah, I mean, I
Stop
didn't.
making these remakes because nobody cares about them. They're
Like,
awful.
I mean, like Aladdin. Yeah, it's not the same. like yeah, of course you can borrow this money and the special effects and stuff. It's like, man, they already made this and like it was already good. The soundtrack was good
Classic.
for when they're doing it. The storyline was awesome. You had some great character actors saying stuff on it. It's like, why are we gonna do it again? Um,
Yeah, get new movies, get new characters. Stop like rehashing the old stuff.
Here's something that, like, we talked about copywriting the Bible, right? Which I'm still trying to understand how that can happen. Um, because do you obviously read the Bible and stuff and know like history of Bible stuff and things like that?
Hmm.
Um, like,
Somewhat. I mean, yeah. But go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm trying not to go too far into the religion, right, or politics. Those two things I try to like. Yeah, right here. We'll stay right here. No, whoa, no, not this exit. Keep going. Because I'm a teacher, right? So, I try to I try to look at it and I try to piece history along with the same time. So here's what you're telling me here, and don't worry, I'm a believer, right? But I'm still a curious believer. So here's what you're telling me, but here's the historical timeline. It's going like this, but somewhere it diverges, right? And then you have the Council of Nicaea and all that, right? And I'm like, okay, whoa, there, what happened on that one, right? And then, uh, um, what I was trying to think is like, what was I trying to say? Hey, who's that behind you? Who's
That's
that?
the baby.
Okay. Oh, we're talking about copyright. So Bible changed up
She,
with Constantine. What's name?
hey, baby. This is the baby.
What is the name of the cat? Is the baby?
Yeah, the baby.
The baby.
Yeah, the baby.
If you ever get another cat, are you gonna like? If you get say you take in a stray and it's really old and it's really dirty, are you gonna call it like old dirty bastard or something? Because like like if you have a lot of cats, you're gonna run out of names, right? So would you ever? Anybody would ever name their cat old dirty bastard or something crazy like that? I know you have Yoda and then baby. Uh,
We got Yoda, Zelda, Baby, Pandora, Max, Tang, Tiny, Kit, and Rosemary.
and all of them have some, of course, a meaning. Pandora, not the Pandora music station, but Pandora is like you open up
Pandora's
a box.
box. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
she's
modern day Pandora's box, what would that be? What would you consider a Pandora's box?
modern day. I would say all this AI.
Yeah,
And if you
yeah,
kind of go with that thinking, to me, it's all the AI because we're going to get ourselves into trouble with all this intelligence.
right. Or maybe we won't because look, like man, you know what? We should be the smartest at this time in history. We should be the smartest ever because really, we can open up a phone, Google something, and know everything, right? But
Yeah, I mean, it's at our fingertips,
but people
but
don't like. Isn't that weird? Like seriously, you want to know something? It's like literally, like for real. You want to know? It's here. Sad though. Look here, find one source, check multiple sources. No, I'm just gonna look for one. Like no, 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 no.
yeah, not Wikipedia.
You have to, yeah, like what I say. Don't check with it. Go ahead, start at Wikipedia. It's gonna tell you a brief thing about it. But there's something else and another thing there and this there. Oh, and check that this and look at. And it's like, no, you know what? I don't want to know. The kids nowadays when I'm teaching, I'm like trying to explain stuff, right? And say, you want to know? Yeah, it can take me a while to tell you this. Yeah. So I start talking. 9 minutes later, they're like, you know what? It's fine, Mr. One. I'm good. So are you sure? Because I could tell you there's more to this. Yeah, I'm good. It's like, okay. And that's like society, right? It's like, yeah, I'm good. Hold on, man. You only know like 10% of what's happening. And what is it? The smartest people in the world realize that they know nothing.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like I have like a saying. So it's I don't really know a lot of answers anymore. It seems like the older I get, I seem to just kind of have less kind of concrete answers on anything. And the thing is, I don't even know like really the good questions to ask either. is kind of how I look at it with life. It's like, I'm trying to get the answers, but I don't even know the questions to ask, really.
That's where we are, I think. Like, I
Not to
don't
get
know.
too philosophical, but
No,
it's
that
kind of
is
like
super. That in itself, it's like super philosophical. Like, I want to know things because I'm curious, but I don't even know how to ask this at this point. Like the solar flares. I don't know. Like, man, it's gonna wipe out the dang freaking EMP. I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, how do we even do this? Or how far is that thing? Or this and that. Like, I just like, okay, that's just way beyond me. Chicken or egg stuff. Like, I don't know. We'll find out when we find out. It's fine. And I think the more you question stuff, the more anxious you get. So, like, I know, I think someone said, you know what, I'm too old for this already at this point. I think that was David that said that. It's just like, screw it. It's whatever. Um, I guess that's like as you get older, you're like, you know what, fine. I mean, not even sure. That's just how that is, and that is, and that is. And you accept it. And I think that's me. I used to just fight everything. Like, nah, that's dumb. And you just try to fight it, and you're like, either you can't change it. Um, what is it? We won't all mess up with AI, but there will be some companies or countries that have big problems. Not end of the world, but like no food or electricity. And to apologize to the computers, I would. Do you watch a lot of stuff about AI?
I read more stuff, I would say, than watch stuff with AI.
Yeah, I like reading things and articles on my spare time, right? I like reading books, but then I spend a lot of time like reading articles and stuff because my students ask so many questions, and I'm like, hold on, let me get back to you because I need to look. Like I don't want to just say I don't know anymore because so let me try to find out. And then I've read about AI and that they was talking. We don't know. It's like they could shut it down. I remember reading something that they actually created like AI that's like way smart. Like way smart, and it's only a matter of time where they can't like keep it within a thing. Um,
Contained.
yeah, right. Because like, look, I'm talking to you, um, and you're in North Carolina. I'm over here, and then we're using like internet, Wi-Fi, and then it's like Wi-Fi. Like, how does the self like? Have you ever like that? Like, how does this thing?
How does it
How
work?
does
Yeah.
how does I know how it works? You could tell me. Yes, I understand. There's these waves, these radio waves, right? And it taps into that, and then like it just like, goes there into a tower, into another tower, and then everything. I can call you. Hey, what's up, Adam? How's it going? But like, really, that's some scary stuff to know that there's this stuff out there that it just happens like that, right? Like to me, that it freaks me out that like we could do that. Because
It's
that's
magic.
crazy. That's magical, crazy sorcery,
Yeah.
don't you think?
If you pulled somebody from like the 1800s and they saw this world, it's like this is all like magic and black magic and just sorcery and stuff like that back in those days. Well, that'd be a crazy question. Like, do you think people would be better? Like, say if a modern day person was put back in the 1800s, or if somebody from the 1800s was in modern times, I wonder which would do better. Like, which would survive longer, would adjust better.
That is you would, if you answer quickly, you're gonna say those people back then were rugged, and you bring them back here, and they're gonna call us a bunch of like, you guys are a bunch of wusses. We're good. I can do this, because they're hard. Um, you would, I think that the people from the past, you brought them back here, they'll be okay. But remember, you're are you the Shawshank Redemption? You're one of the shows you'd rewatch all the time.
Mhm.
Remember when Brooks went out?
Well, yep,
He was in there, and
for
he's
50
coming
years.
out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he's coming with this rugged, this, that, and whatever, coming from a society of like, you work hard, you get what you need, you do this, you put the work in, you should be go. That type of person has come to society is like fast paced, this and that. He should be able to be okay, right? But he's not because it's too fast. So I want to say the 1800 person, but they might be a Brooks situation. Like, nah, this is too much. All of a sudden, the world just got in a damn hurry. Morgan Freeman. That's my favorite line. every time there's traffic, I hear that. Like, all of a sudden the world just got in a damn hurry. But that's my, I can think of it every time there's people moving and doing stuff and it's crowded. I think of Morgan Freeman when he comes out and he's like, dang, where the hell is everybody going? What do you think? Like, I mean, I think if we go back, we might be able to be okay. Like, I like taking a shower every day. I shower in the morning, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I'm a morning shower. That's how I start my day.
I have, like you said, are you a morning person? Morning people is like, yeah, but I gotta get my shower first. I'm a morning person, but I seriously have to get up, get some coffee, shower, and then once I shower, I can go face the day. Could you go? How many days can you go without showering? Like, could you go back in time and like, nah, you're gonna go work? Adam and I are riding a horse, and the next town is like
3 weeks away.
3 weeks away, and we're like in the desert. Went 2 years on the journey. We don't know names of our horses, and we're not gonna be able to shower for 3 weeks. Can you do that?
I mean, I think I probably could. I wouldn't want to do that. I mean,
No,
I can't even go a day without. I mean, I wouldn't want to go one day without taking a shower. I could, but if I had to, of course, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, because what if like you and I are talking, right? And Walmart's really mad that I told them about the PlayStation. Like, oh yeah, boys, you want to get sponsored? Here we go, bam, back in time. You guys are in the 1700s, somewhere in Mesoamerica. You're there, and you got the time machine is like 3 weeks journey by donkey. I mean, we're not going to be able to shower for 3 weeks. And you know what? As we're rolling by, ghost peppers only. As I hold my Bible and I strum my guitar. Could you imagine? This is a story right there. See, that's content right there that's different. Like all the movies we see is like, I've seen that somewhere before. That's been done before. Blade Runner. I've seen that. Tron. I've seen that. I don't. Do you think can we make new content, like new movies?
No.
Or write new books?
No. I don't think so. I think everything is copied from, borrowed, inspired from something else. So no, I don't think there's really original ideas anymore.
Yeah, man. If we go back, what's that? Was it called space-time continuum, or you can't like? Do you believe this? Like, if we went back, you and I, right? Because Walmart sent us back because I stole that thing, and I apologize for you being on my live. And actually, all the Modern Day Breakfast Club, you guys are there with us, and you're like, yeah, way to go, Bert. I'm like, man, guys, I'm so sorry. It's something I apologize, but we're all there. And then we got 3 weeks. We all can't shower. There's ghost peppers everywhere. And what was I asking before I got it? Okay, and then do you think? And then all of us are there, but then for some reason, everybody on chat plus me and you, and we made it 3 weeks without showering. A couple people died because you couldn't handle the ghost pepper, and then our past selves are there for some reason. I don't know why they ended up. Walmart got mad at us in the previous thing, and then we touched each other. Would we die? We all like hug each other, like, oh my God, you're clean. I love you. And then would you die if you go back in time and you touch yourself, like time cop?
Like a time paradox, like Back to the Future.
Yeah, like Back to the Future, Time Cop with Van Damme. I don't know if I like that movie or not. I haven't seen it in a while. Do you guys chat? Do you think you'll die if you went back in time or in the future and you touched yourself? Because you can't. It can't exist in the same spot, right? Isn't that you can't have that. Would you like meld into each other? Would it cause a butterfly effect, like Ashton Kutcher and stuff? Like, is this something that's gonna affect the space-time continuum? What do you think?
Chad, what do you think? I don't know.
Yeah, John was talking about. I thought this live was going to help give editing and
next time, John.
YouTube shots and videos. Yeah, John, we wanted to kind of just go talk about. I don't want to say random stuff. It's just talking about things and ghost peppers and time, and if you touched you in the past. I don't know. This sounds weird, right? touched myself and we were both done for. that's a movie. That did you watch that movie? I touched myself. Yeah, man, those guys died. Yeah, I truly believe that. Like, I'm with you, Adam. I don't think there could be any new stuff written or books written or anything should be. Uh, Everybody's copyrighting everything. I'm using language created by people. Like, are we gonna go back to the Phoenicians and the Phoenicians are gonna copyright all of us for sounding out words through phonics? I mean, I don't know. Like, copyright is stupid, I guess, right? And we can't come up with new stuff. This has been done before. Probably not this same conversation, but you know, these
Yeah,
words
you know
are
what's crazy with copyright? So the Bible's copyrighted, some 2,000-year-old book, but 1950s radio programs, because I was looking at this, doing a potential live with it, it's not copyright. It's public domain, and it's only 1950. It's crazy. Like old radio shows and stuff like that, you can put on YouTube. Nobody will probably listen to it, but you can put those programs on. You won't have a problem.
Is it just? Is it maybe? Is it a patent that someone figured out how to do the proper paperwork to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I found a way, a loophole. I'm taking the word the. Anytime anyone says the, because I put my name there, copyright. Every time the word "the" is used, I'm gonna get royalties from. I mean, maybe it's just that the person isn't able to get that, sign it, and I got it. That maybe how it all works.
Maybe. So Bert, I had one more question for you, and then I got to get going.
Oh yeah,
Then
and
we'll
me
just
too.
kind of
It's
start to wrap
8 o'clock.
up.
Yeah, and I gotta visit people.
So my last question, it kind of actually just kind of hits back onto YouTube. So what does making it on YouTube kind of look like to you? What would be your definition of you've made it look like for you?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what I'm shooting for.
Okay.
Again, because when I started it, a lot of people start YouTube because they think they're gonna go like, I'm gonna make a channel, I'll make all this money, and it's gonna be so awesome. I can stay at home and do fun stuff. I started this literally as a joke with my daughter, and then I'm like, oh my god, and then it's like, I I don't really know what it may look like because I didn't have a set goal to start first. Making it to me, making it is like, okay, I'm gonna do this first, and when I do that, this is gonna happen, and once that happens, these other things will come, and then there's my goal, right? So the fact that I didn't start with a goal, but with a joke, I don't know what making it looks like yet, if that makes sense.
Makes
Uh,
sense.
I don't know what I'm trying to shoot for. Like I 1,000. I don't know. I might get 1,000 by the time I wake up, or might be at 1,000 friends, right? Subs. But I don't know if that's making it because I never initiated like I'm gonna make all this money, make $50,000 a month. Like it never occurred to me. It's just literally like my daughter at one point she was on the phone and I said, "Hey, Alexa, what's happening?" I was trying to talk to my daughter's Alexa, and I had to rename my Alexa to Ziggy because it kept like popping up, because it had this little Alexa thing. And I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna start a YouTube channel so I can ask you a question, you can answer it." And then I'm like, "Yeah, a YouTube channel." So I don't know what making it looks like. I can tell you this though, like I do enjoy like watching. Of course, my counts when it goes like it's exciting, but I really like watching like when I go and I see the people that I've been around with and I've associated with and I consider friends and close people in YouTube, the friends. When I see their counts go up, I'm like, oh my god, look, you're almost like, look at that, that's cool. Come and it's like, maybe, and I guess that's what makes me kind of happy when I see people connecting and stuff like that. Because I never really came in with the goal of making money. Because I know better. It's hard. I know because I've started a business and it didn't make money. And I know the troubles it costs. I know you got to put work into it, and I know that I didn't know when I was gonna make money with that business. So I never really came into this as, I don't think of it as a money making thing. I just think of it as something that's fun that I like to do. Right? Talk about ghost peppers and touching yourself in the past, right? With Walmart, just a way to talk to people. So I don't know. I mean, so far I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
This is fun. Um, maybe if I can, maybe if I can get something does this get pulls in the same amount of money that I get from whatever I'm doing, like cover my stuff, and I can just do this with nothing on top of what I already have. That'll be making it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
covers my bills, and that's if I can just do this as much as I want all day without having to go out and work. But I love working. That would be making it. And I'll settle for that at this point because I never had a set goal of like I'm gonna be super rich or I didn't have like a fairy tale in mind that is gonna happen. I was like, nah, we'll just do it for fun as a
Sure.
joke.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh my gosh, this is not a joke. This is actually cool. We have people coming. Like we have 18 people, 20 to 18 people coming through, just listening to us talk about random stuff because they're our friends. And then when I get off, I'm gonna watch and look for the red dots, and I'm gonna say, "Here's my support channel. I'm popping on." And it's gonna be hard once we start getting a bigger crew, which I might just, remember you're saying like it's becoming hard. Imagine if all in the club there was all these red dots. How would you choose?
Yeah.
Here's how I would try to choose. I'll say who needs it the most. You can see counts and stuff, right? If someone is low, I'd come say, hey, come on, let's get you up.
Yeah.
Right? Because what's happening is like I'm gonna be at 1,000 soon. I'm a little past halfway there on watch 2 hours. I have friends coming to support me, which is awesome. Thank you so much. I might go and get the people who are really low. I'm not talking like 100, 200, 300 subs. Let me put a live out. I'm gonna watch your stuff. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna say, man, I only have 200 subs. Like, how many watch hours you got? Got 400. That's good, man. 400 is actually pretty good. Really? Yes. You know what I'm saying? So like I might have to do that if there's a bunch of dots and then work my way through. Hey man, I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm trying to reach this one thing for sure. I got you. And I try to spread it because you can't be fair. There's no way to be perfectly fair. But if you can push the people on top up, and I think the way it works is if you push them up, you'll also go up in a way. Because if they'll support you, and then what if they hit it big and they hit you and like, hey, I got you too. Check this guy out. And that's I've always learned is you want something, you can't just expect it to happen. You have to push stuff out. You got to do something first, and don't expect anything back in return because you won't get it, or you may not get it when you want it, or you might not get exactly what you think you should get, and you're going to get frustrated. And when you get frustrated, you're going to stop pushing and giving. That cheerful giver, one of my favorites. Be the cheerful giver.
Yeah.
So I just give, and surprisingly, it comes to
Receive. Yeah.
Don't expect it. Just
don't obligation. Don't give because you feel obligated. Give because you want to give your time or your insight or your knowledge or your thoughts to others. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree.
Yeah, and then the cheerful giver, man, and like it took a while to feel like that because as humans we want, I give you this, now give me that back.
Something in
If you
return.
want it back, you're gonna get so disappointed in life if you do that. I'm not saying just give to things that you're never gonna. No, why would you give that? Like that's dumb. Be smart about it. Give it, but don't expect something back. Guarantee something will come back. It always does. It may not
Absolutely.
come back in what you want, but it's gonna come back as something you need at that particular time. And that's always happened to me where like, I'm 2 days late on a paycheck. Hey, the paycheck's dude. No, you 2 days. Don't worry about it. You can get paid. I'm like, dude, no, I gotta pay something right now. And all of a sudden, like, hey, here's this money that the bank gave you. Or some random stuff like that. I'm not saying it's like something always takes care of you in the end. So maybe, yeah, that's my form of making it. If I don't have to actually work and just do this with nothing on top, nothing extravagant, just enough to make me live, I'm good to go. And this when I retire, and get to do this, maybe that's making it. But I could just go enjoy the nature, do stuff, talk to friends on YouTube. Um, Nothing big, man. Just I think look at my hat. This is like a Five Below hat. I like to live as simple as possible, man. So, but
All right,
yeah,
good
hey,
deal.
Adam, thank you for coming, man. Thank you so much, guys. This is Adam of Catatainment, and I spelled his thing correctly. Happy birthday to Miss J. Thank you, John, for coming. Thank you all for coming. Guitar off the cuff, Judy. It's been pretty fun. We've had these.
I hope so.
Yeah, I had fun. We talked about some serious stuff, of course. We talked about some weird stuff. We talked about other stuff, and it's been fun. And you made it, man. You did a 2 hour and 10 minute interview and
Oh, that's
talked about
easy.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
super easy live stream. Guys, if before we get off, please try your best to do silent lives if you can. Get yourself some watch hours uh, as the crew gets through. And if I have time, or Adam has time, we're gonna go and devote time to you guys too that come through. And the goal is watch hours, right? Doesn't matter. You get the 1,000. All you need is watch hours, according to Burpee Yoga Uncle, which I totally agree with. You just need 1,000. And if you get 1,000, but you get like 50,000 watch hours, it don't matter. That's the ticket right there. So push your watch hours and stuff like that. And if in order to get the watch hours, you also have to give, right? So you got to also give to. You can't just like, hey guys, I'm part of your crew, bro. Like I've never seen you before. Like I don't know if I know about you because I know a lot about Adam now, right? Because I spoke to him personally, but I spoke to a lot of you guys on the chat. If I know a lot about you, then I'm gonna obviously give to you, right? Like I know him. So like it's just one of those things. But yeah, try your silent lives. Adam has done silent lives. Rook has done silent lives. Who else?
And I wanted to, Bert, just real quickly into silent lives. So the two that I've done this week, I did one on Monday, just 5 hours, and off and on had people coming in and out. But just those 5 hours of just like cat videos for me, just cat stuff, pulled in 40 watch hours. And that's a lot
good.
because that's like more than I've ever had for all my other videos combined. The one that I did yesterday, my long 12-hour one, almost 12-hour one, pulled in almost 100 hours. So if you just get just like a few of friends, family, just people who just will support you, people that are in this club, then those watch hours will come in a matter of months instead of years. And the subscribers, they'll come.
Yeah, don't worry, it'll come.
Just
And
do
if you're
shorts.
worried, yeah, do the shorts. Like man, like just do random shorts, and they're like, there you go, I got 1,000. But the watch hours, you'll get the watch hours from the community, but the club will help you out. They will. If you're, you're one that sticks around, helps out the club. We know who you are. We know you. I know you. You know me. We're gonna make it happen together, right? And that's what I like about the community. We're gonna help each other out, right? And yeah,
Then when we all make it, we don't know each other anymore. No.
no, we don't do that. That's like the next level, right? That's like right now we're in elementary. We're probably not even in school yet as far as where we're on YouTube. But next level is like, hey, no, wait, stay together. We're good. Okay, how many you got? For all I know, Adam, you may like 2 months from now know 400 people that I do not know, and I might know 400 people you do not know. And we're gonna get them over here talking on one of our lives and say, yeah, that guy's cool. Check him out. I mean, you can't do that on comments because YouTube will put you in jail. If you say, no, go check out Adam, he's the best. Like YouTube will put you straight up on that. So yeah, we gotta sticking together, like what you said. If we stay together and we grow this thing, we're all gonna grow together in some way. We will, because there's no reason why it shouldn't. Right, and then there will be people that stray away, like, man, I made my 10,000 subs, and they leave, and then we may not see them. It's okay. You're gonna have 10,000 subs over there with like 100 watch hours. That's fine. And I've seen a lot of channels like that, and it's fine. But like, man, this is about community, and that's the main thing. I like the community of it all. Hey, Regina, how's it going? I've been in comment jail 4 times, and every 4 times I've been on is I'm trying to promote one of people on another person's thing. Never me promoting myself. I'm like, hey, by the way, this person, comment jail. But yeah, hey Adam, it's been fun. I know you got to take care of some things. I
Yeah.
gotta go get. I'm probably gonna check out people's lives and stuff. I still gotta watch the tail end of my friends. This has
Yeah.
been awesome,
I think my
and I'm
wife's
glad.
getting a little antsy.
Yeah, and yeah, it's getting hot in here. I got all these lights on me. I'm like, I get this makeup off, you know, because I gotta look good for the. You gotta wear makeup. I didn't put in makeup. But hey, thank you all for coming. Once
Thank you,
again,
Bert.
thank you, Adam Catatainment. Peace out, guys. I'm not doing a silent live after this because I need actually these two things to go and see if I can who's doing live so I can catch up. So I'm not gonna do a silent live after this.
And hopefully we'll start seeing some of y'all maybe on here too.
Oh yeah, man.
You
Anybody
don't
who
have
wants
to
to
have
come
it
up
on
here,
camera.
for
You can
sure.
just have no camera, just
Yeah, you be
audio.
like this. Hey, this is me and Adam. How's it going, guys? What's that? That's my thumb. Hi. Yeah, it's fine. And then yeah, Adam, it's easy now. Remember the first time you're like, okay, it's kind of weird, but now it's just like whatever.
Yeah,
It's
it'd
just
just
me
be
and you
nice to
talking to
kind
each
of
other.
get to know everybody a little
Yeah,
bit more in
and then
depth.
I've been going around like, hey, by the way, you want me to interview? And it's pretty good. Adam, look, we're still at 20 people watching us. Two guys that really don't nothing about YouTube. We're like, but it's about the community. That's the thing. We're friends with all you guys, and you know, we truly appreciate and love that you guys are with us, and we obviously go back and we support you and stuff. It's all about the support. But let's get off now. I'm not doing a sign live. Bye, everybody. Bye, Judy. Bye, John. Katie. Regina. Miss J. Happy belated birthday. Stephen Pond and Garden. Everybody else who popped in earlier. Thank you so much. Peace out, guys. We'll see you on your live or one of our lives. You
Bye,
guys have a
Bert.
great day. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
All right.